Foreman here, and are you still not subscribed to Matt's channel? Well, if you're not, hit the subscribe button because he's giving out free picks each and every week. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
Championship Sunday, guys, is here. Not the 4 we expected, right? 3 out of the 4, sure. Right? Chiefs, Eagles, Bills, sure. You know, we could have predicted that. But Washington Commanders are here. Huge surprise. We'll talk about that here shortly. You know, start of the year, mid-year even start of the playoffs, you would not expect Washington to be here. They're here. It is incredible, guys. You know, Lions ruined the weekend for me. Not a great weekend. We did snap I think it was 4 weeks in a row there. We were profitable in the NFL. Very nice end to the year. And then the upsets caught up to us, right? Who had the Lions losing outright? Probably nobody. Unless you're a Washington fan, right? I could see taking Washington the points. Right? I thought Washington could hang around. Definitely not surprised there. But, you know, the 5 turnovers, and that's the story. The story of the game is 5 turnovers, and you can't win games with turnovers. Right? Same with the Ravens. 3 turnovers. That's what it comes down to, guys. You don't have to surgically, go into the matchups and look at the games and look at the tape. It just comes down to the turnovers at the end of the day, right? Ravens don't turn the ball over, they win the game. They almost won the game with 3 turnovers and the Bills 0, right? Mark Andrews drops the ball in the end zone. We all know what happened there. Feel sorry for the guy. Really feel sorry for the guy. He just posted on Instagram a long thing. And he's the last guy that I actually thought would be the guy we're talking about, right? Now, Lamar, not the cleanest first half. I thought overall he was pretty good, solid, enough to win. But the 2 turnovers from him, right? The first half he was not good. Second half he was good. You can't turn the ball over. You have to be more careful with the ball. Like they were driving. They're in Buffalo's 20-yard line. He fumbles. He throws an interception. Give Buffalo a good field advantage. That's what it is at the end of the day, the turnovers. Right? Who thought Washington would get 5 turnovers with that defense? So what a wild weekend it was, right? What a wild weekend. Ravens, They have the team to do it. That's what upsets me. I got to go on my little Ravens rant here. You guys know I'm a Ravens fan. They have the team on paper to do it. I think on paper they have one of the best teams, if not the best. The defense has really been playing some good football, right? Really good football. Since week 13, top on most stats. On the defensive side of the ball. And we know they have, a very high-powered offense. And when it comes into the playoffs, there's just for some reason, they turn the ball over. Or they don't get that big play. Or they don't get that big stop. It is frustrating to watch, right? As a fan of the team. Because I do believe they're right there. They're right there. It's frustrating. Shout out to Bills Mafia. They dropped almost $100,000 to Mark Andrews charity. They do this. They do this from time to time. I've seen it before to players that knows that they helped them win, right? Ravens are the better team. I've never seen the Ravens actually get beaten by a team. Maybe the Chiefs in that first game. But again, Ravens beat themselves at that toe tap in the playoffs last year against the Chiefs. What happened? Turnover. Zay Flowers in the goal line. So, yes, they're getting beaten, but they're beating themselves. They're beating themselves. I haven't seen a team just roll into Baltimore or even on the road and, they beat Baltimore by 2 touchdowns because they just outplayed them. It doesn't happen. So it's very frustrating as a Ravens fan. They're right there. They're right there. And I do believe they can get to the Super Bowl next year. They're going to have pretty much the same team, and they're going to improve it as well. So look out for that. Can they get over the hump? That's the big question. Can they get over that hump? Systemsportscapping.com or link.me/systemcapping. UFC is off this week, so you probably did not see a podcast from me on the UFC card. Profitable streak snapped in the NFL, like I mentioned. We were on a nice four-week profitable streak there. NHL 7-1, current NHL run right now. I guess you can say that is the hottest sport. Currently, we are low volume. Before we get into these breakdowns, let's hear from my friend Kristen.
For you sports bettors out there, let's be honest, you probably need a little bit of help beating those books. System Capping is a proven long-term winner against the sports betting market in multiple sports. He's built a worldwide clientele due to his high winning percentage over the years. Be sure to click the link on the bio down here to check out his profile, and you can also find out his resume, client comments, podcasts, and subscription opportunities. I'm going to be following him along too, so let's win some money together this season.
Shop around. Shop around. Shop around. Shop around. Now, lines aren't going to be drastically different. There's only 2 games, guys. They had a whole week to plan for these lines. You are going to see some 6.5, 6s here for Philly. This is the first game. Well, of course, we will talk about Washington at Philly. Philly -6. Total 47.5. Now, there are some 6.5s out there. All right. Obviously, if you're back in Washington, you got to take that 6.5. Money is coming in on Philly here. Let's look at it. Let's look at this one. 1-1 split on the year, guys. Obviously, the guys are in the same division. They play each other twice every year. Washington just won over a month ago. Well, exactly almost a month. By 3. High-scoring game. 33-30. This game was in Washington. Earlier in the year, Philly won 26-18 in Philly. Obviously, this game is in Philly. Obviously, it does favor them because they're at home. Philly has been great at home. 10-1, guys, on the year. Washington, solid road team, 7-3. You think, a younger team, first-year coach, Daniels, rookie QB, you would think their road record would not be as good. Obviously, their schedule hasn't been the hardest. But it's impressive. 7-3 on the road is a very impressive road. And you just saw them beat Detroit in Detroit, right? Obviously, it's going to be hard for me to bet against Washington from what I just saw. I'm talking more about the spread market here. Do I think Washington could go into Philly and win the game? Sure, they could. They definitely could. I don't have the balls to play. I could take them on the spread plus 6.5. I definitely could look that way. But I don't have the balls to play the money line in Philly. That you're telling me they went to Detroit, beat them on the road, went to Philly, beat them on the road. Young QB, first QB ever to go to the Super Bowl, first rookie QB to ever go to the Super Bowl. Do I see this happening? Hard to see, guys. It's just hard to see. It would be one of the craziest stories, craziest playoff runs. Think about it, in history. I'm sure there's been some others. I just can't think of the top of my head. I haven't seen the research that I put into, reviewing these games that, there's anything more of an upset in a playoff run. So you have to look at it that way, right? It just doesn't happen with rookie QBs. Never has one been to a Super Bowl, and this is only the 6th time in history that they made the conference finals, guys. A rookie QB. We are in some rare territory. Just what a story Washington has been, right? From a terrible team to no hope. Most people had this team towards the bottom of the NFL, finishing in power rankings. A lot of people do power rankings at the beginning of the year. Most people had them at the bottom of the NFL. Let's be honest. When you get a franchise quarterback, that's how quick things could change. No one thought Daniels was going to have this good of a year off his rookie year. Nobody. Let's be honest. Good QB in the future? Sure. But this good, this fast? No. It's unbelievable. And that defense is not good. It's just finding a way. It found a way against Detroit to get turnovers. Right? I just believe it's a bit early. It's a bit early for this team to make a Super Bowl run already. They got here, right? Philly has been there, done that. I think it's a bit early. Big ask to go to Philly and win on the road. Big ask. Sure, if I had to play this game, I would take the points plus 6.5. Would I be surprised if Eagles win by a touchdown? No. So not confident there. Am I going to back Eagles in the money line market in a two-teamer? Most likely. I'm going to have to back the Eagles here on the money line. Can't get to the spread, though. Not from what I've been seeing from Washington. Not due to the road record. And Daniels just hasn't shown that this rookie QB scenario and situation is phasing him. So very difficult for me to take Eagles minus 6.5. Definitely in the money line market. I can see this getting over 247, right? We just saw 63 points from these guys a month ago. So it could definitely get over. So I wouldn't be scared to play the over 47.5. Key matchup to watch here, in my opinion, guys, Barkley versus this 30th ranked rush D. Right? Last game they played, he went for 150 on 29 attempts and 2 touchdowns. And then in Philly, earlier in the year, 146 on 26 attempts and another 2 TDs. So, can they somewhat limit Barkley? Let Hurts beat them in the air. Hurts, A.J. Brown just kind of not connecting right now. I don't know really what's going on there. A.J. Brown's reading books on the sideline. Doesn't seem all there. Let Hurts beat you, not Barkley. That's the way you're going to win this game, in my opinion. Let's see if they can do it. Tall task, right? Very tall task. Barkley, anytime touchdowns, must look this week, right? Over and rushing. Over maybe rushing attempts. Maybe get 24 out there. Maybe go over. It's always difficult for me to bet over 115 or 111, whatever his rushing prop is, right? But he does go over it a lot more, and I just told you he went for 150 and 146. So wouldn't be surprised if he gets over on all of those. Bills at Chiefs. Chiefs minus 1.5 total, 48.5. Some battles over the years between these two, right? They're 5-5 in the last 10 games. Match up fairly well. Most games are fairly close as well. I believe this line is accurate here. I had a 2.5. I do my opening lines before looking at the sportsbook lines. I had a Chiefs 2.5. So good line here on the Chiefs if you like the Chiefs. Basically you're betting them to just win the game. If you're worried about Chiefs winning by 1, which low odds that they win by 1, but just play the money line. Right? Total 48.5 here. That's tough to get to the over. No comment here on the total, but the only way I can look here is the Chiefs. I'll tell you why. It's at Arrowhead, of course. Right? That's one reason. 9-0 at Arrowhead. And Buffalo just hasn't been good on the road, guys. 5-4. Undefeated at home. 5-4 on the road for a good team. Tough. Especially tough when you're going to Arrowhead in the playoffs where you never beat the Chiefs. You never beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. Right? This will be their 4th meeting in the last 5 years. Chiefs have won all 3. It's very difficult for me to bet against the Chiefs in the playoffs until I see them get beat in the playoffs. There's no Bengals out there. Right? It would have to, for the Bills to win this game, obviously everything's going to have to go perfect. They're going to have to get some turnovers. Can they get some turnovers like they did against the Ravens? That's how I think they win. And Bills are right up there top of the league in turnovers on the year. So if they can get some turnovers, they got a chance to hang around in this game. That Chiefs defense, though, in Arrowhead. Now, we did see, obviously, the Bills win the solo meeting this year. It was in Buffalo, though. Keep that in mind. They did ruin the Chiefs' perfect season, right, as they say. Even if this was the Ravens, I would be betting with the Chiefs. Well, I probably wouldn't bet the game at all, but I do believe I have to see it to believe it. Someone beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. I would love to see the Bills win. I want someone new in the Super Bowl, of course. Most people do, unless you're a Chiefs fan, right? You want somebody new in the Super Bowl. I don't want to see the Chiefs there again. The whole Taylor Swift thing and blah, 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 blah. We don't want to see it unless you're a Chiefs fan. If you're a Chiefs fan and you've been a long-time Chiefs fan, I get it. Good for you guys, right? Happy for you guys. But let's see some new blood. So if the Bills win, hey, I'll be happy. My bank account, maybe not so much because I have to back the Chiefs here at home. Laying the short price. Got no choice to bet them in this type of situation. That will do it, guys. That will do it. Championship Sunday. One of the best times of the year besides the Super Bowl. Even though I do like those Saturday games. I like those Saturday games. We won't have them. This Saturday kind of sucks. No UFC as well. Damn. We got some NHL, some golf going on. Good tournament down there. It's been crazy, that tournament. Very windy. People dropping out. Very interesting to see what's kind of going on there. But, yeah. Can't wait. Hope you guys enjoyed the breakdowns here. Give some bunch of free plays. Tail them if you may. Like I always say, guys, bet smart and know your limits. Enjoy Championship Sunday.